Then we get the Grayson Waller effect again. This unknown nerd, for some reason, gets a talk segment. Roddy Piper had been in the business for 10 years before they gave him Piper's Pit. And as we mentioned before, it was 3 minutes tops.
And he was recognized as the best talker in the business by many.
Yes. So now this guy gets 20 minutes, and you better recognize he ain't recognized. So it's with Asuka. And again, I'm going to ask you, before we talk about who all comes out and the mess this becomes, how is this not on somebody's radar as stereotypical or even downright racist to the Japanese people, the way that she is, I don't know, told to act or encouraged to act or written for to act or what the fuck? It's like she's grunting and squealing and trying to shit when she's impacted. And it sounds like the bad 60s, Godzilla movies dubbed over. What the fuck is going on with this?
I don't know. And you've raised this issue several times, and it's one of those weird things where I'll admit, I like Asuka, and it came out here and I thought about it. So, I mean, you bringing it up here isn't outrageous. It seems a bit over the top. And if anyone
screaming and sticking their tongues out at each other when Iyo Sky comes out and acting like they're about to throw up.
I think if anyone else behaved like that, people would accuse them of being, stereotypically impersonating someone. But unless one of these women come out and say, we were told to do this and we hate it and it was stereotypical, I don't think anyone's raising a stink.
It would be like if they asked Bobby Lashley to talk like Uncle Remus, wouldn't it?
And I wouldn't put that past WWE.
Well, but all right. So on this talk program, random graphics and questions from supposed people on Twitter or something are scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And as I mentioned, he's talking to Asuka and she's talking Japanese and he's acting like he understands what's going on. And here comes Iyo Sky. And they have an argument, Iyo and Asuka in Japanese. Did you see the tweet that somebody put out with graphics of the English translation?
You know what? I didn't, because I saw that tweet before I watched Smackdown, and I thought it was from the previous interaction they had on Raw a long time ago. I didn't realize it was a new thing, so I didn't see the translation yet.
No, well, I can't remember. I can't quote everything from memory, but I do remember that apparently Iyo Sky was screaming piece of shit in Japanese about 8 or 10 times.
See, I like her. Iyo Sky's great.
And fucking Asuka said, "You stupid." And Iyo said, "You piece of shit, stupid, piece of shit, stupid, piece of shit." So then here comes Bayley. And by now, in case you're wondering, folks, they're having a women's Money in the Bank ladder match also. It's that time of year again. It's coming up. They've had the men's qualifying match. They're going to have a women's. So at that event, we have to watch 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches, like we have to watch 2 Royal Rumbles and 2 of this and 2 of that. And they're going to put the girls on before the guys just to take the edge off the fucking guys. But so anyway, here comes Bayley.
And here's the problem, too. You talk about predictable segments. As soon as you saw that they were building up Money in the Bank and there was one person out there and a second person, you knew there was going to be 5 more people coming out.
And here comes Shotzi. And then here comes Lacey Evans, who has come back from Limbo or the Forbidden Zone.
Camp Pendleton.
Camp Pendleton. Yeah, well, she's wearing Slaughter's hat now. If you gave her a chin implant, she would look like Sergeant Slaughter's daughter. Slaughter's daughter. That's what they ought to. There she is, Slaughter's daughter.
That's good.
See, I just come up with it like that. It's a talent.
That's really good. Slaughter's daughter. I like that. Trademark.
And then here came Zelina. Zelina's out. Everybody wants the Money in the Bank, so all of them are arguing, but Asuka has left and gone to the entranceway so that the rest of the girls can scream at each other in their various dialects or whatever. But suddenly Bianca attacks Asuka in the entranceway, and we have a big pull apart there with all the agents and the blah, blah, blah. And I was like, at this point, I said, this should be on Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network, because it's like a bunch of people out there just screaming at each other, and then a cat fight with, 18 people trying to play. And we got to see how many women is in this? Six women ladder match? Fucking hell.
The sad thing is, I'm so primed to see something with Iyo Sky coming out of that. We haven't seen anything with her since that Puerto Rico match. Nothing.
Well, we ain't going to see anything now because it's going to be a ladder match with 6 of them.
That's the problem. I would like to see her and Asuka one-on-one. That may be really good. I'd like to see her against Bianca again. I'd like to see her against a lot of people. Instead, she's going to be one of a number of people in this match. And yeah, I hate these segments where you just know music's going to play and one person, then another person, then another person's going to come out.
Well, and speaking of which, after they got all that cleared, they came back from the break. Zelina and Lacey were still in the ring. Apparently, they had been out there for almost 10 minutes since that last segment blew up. And then they have a match, and Zelina beats Lacey in about 2 minutes. Zelina is a foot shorter and who knows how many pounds lighter. And this fucking Lacey, she's pissing some people off. I mean, I don't know what to say. So, again then, there's one other thing I saw before we get to the bloodline.
If she's doing Slaughter's daughter, they got to give her privates. Just so she can do the famous line, "Let me introduce you to my privates." And there they are.
Well, hey, in that case, if I was the booker, I would then book myself into a spot where I am a corporal.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm saying I'm a corporal, and I come in and tell Lacey Evans that I'm here to inspect her privates. So anyway,